Hello everybody, my name is Dr. Ila Manga. I'm an integrative medical practitioner with a special interest in energy management and conscious breathing. Today I'd like to share with you some important tools and techniques that will really help you to navigate this very intense, uncertain and vulnerable time. While we're experiencing uncertainty and stress and overwhelm, this is also an opportunity to turn inwards and perhaps experience ourselves in a way that we haven't given ourselves the opportunity to do because we've been so preoccupied with the business of living that we haven't really taken the time to turn inwards. So what are some of the tools that you could start to practice? What are some of the practices that you could bring into your life and to your family life? So, rhythm of ritual. Rituals are really beautiful, meaningful practices that bring us into the present moment, that brings us a sense of solace and connection with each other. Find a way that is meaningful for you and your family and figure what that means for you guys. What I like to do is eat together as a family. You know, even if you're doing your own thing during the day, if you can come together at meal times, that can be part of a rhythm of a ritual for your family. To light a candle, you know, just the act of lighting a candle, there's just something about that is beautiful and meaningful. Right? 3 deep breaths before you begin eating your meal. All right? This is a way to very consciously activate your body's rest and digest mode, to break out of that cycle of stress and to activate the state of energy that will optimize your body's ability to digest the food that you're eating and to assimilate the nutrients. The first breath can just be to bring yourself into the present moment, to bring yourself into your body. The second breath is a breath that will connect you to the people around your table, for you to come together to connect with each other. And the third breath could be a breath of gratitude. Gratitude for every person that was responsible for bringing that meal to your table. From the farmer that grew the food, to the truck driver that transported the food, to the person who bought the food, to the person who prepared the meal. It could also be a way that you send out compassion to everybody else who is also experiencing such stress and uncertainty right now. And think about some other rituals that you could bring into your family life. Nature. I know that I'm spending so much of time behind my screen, far more than I'm used to, doing online consultations, for example. And it's a different kind of energy, and it's really important to just get out in nature, whether you have a garden, whether it's just a balcony, you know, really take time to go outside, get some natural light, boost your vitamin D levels. If you do have a patch of grass, I really encourage you to walk barefoot on the grass. There's something really grounding about that and really peaceful about that. Even if you as a family or just by yourself, lie on your back on the grass and look up at the sky. We're moving into such a beautiful autumn season, and if we can bring ourselves into that presence of just experiencing how nature is changing and how the leaves are turning, these little things in nature that we often take for granted. So take time to really, really consciously take in the energy of nature, which will really kind of discharge some of the stress that we accumulate by being so connected to our device. Use the time to create. I think that creativity is such an important part of the human experience, and many of us in our work, in our jobs, don't give ourselves the opportunity to tap into that and to express that. And this could take any form, okay, whatever it is for you. It could be cooking, it could be just doodling, it could be experimenting with some writing. You know, there's so many tools available online too, so just get curious and get creative and see you know, what you come up with. Get playful, and you know, often our children teach us how to be creative, you know, how to get silly with paint and color. So give yourself the opportunity to do that. You might be surprised at what you discover about yourself. This is a practice that really has helped me in my life to connect and to make sense of the world and myself, and that's journaling. Now, many people say to me that they find this really difficult. How do you do this? Okay, there's no rule. You just simply take your pen, put it to paper. It's important that it's not typing, but you're actually putting pen to paper, and just it's a stream of consciousness. Whatever comes to your mind, just write it down. Can be the most random thing. It doesn't have to be profound at all. It doesn't have to be about deep feelings, but it is a very amazing way to express and to release. It's a cathartic experience, but it's also a mindfulness practice. So it also is a really interesting way to become aware of some of the thinking patterns that we repeat over and over again. One day at a time. So much is changing every single day. We cannot predict what will happen tomorrow. And it can feel quite overwhelming to project what could happen in a week's time or a month's time or a year's time. But if we just stay present and open-hearted to what we're experiencing today, what is immediately in front of us now, it will really help you to access some insights or some awareness that might help you in the future. But by projecting into the future, we will not be able to tap into that resource of creativity and innovative thinking. Ride the waves of emotion. This is really important. You will probably notice that through this time, you will experience anxiety. You might experience sadness and overwhelm, or joy, or you know, you will experience so many emotions in one day, or maybe every day is different. Allow that. It's really important that you stay open-hearted and compassionate to what you're experiencing and to what people around you might be experiencing too. So I really wish you all a time of grace, a gentle time, a time of stillness, a time to connect with yourself and each other. This is certainly not going to be an easy time, but if we use this opportunity and practice some of these techniques, I really believe that we will be able to come through on the other side more conscious, perhaps more aware, more connected to ourselves, and more open-hearted. Thank you, everyone.